are these challenges available in our institutions, and how can they be addressed? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. It's true the demand for sexual reproductive health information is high, but then there are a number of challenges that students encounter as they come to university. One of the challenges is information, as Dr. Kamlege has said. There is an information gap. Students come to university when they are fresh from secondary school. When they come, they don't know what to do with themselves. They don't have information how to behave, and they don't know what to do about their sexual challenges. Maybe they get diseases, they don't have anyone to share it with, so it becomes a big challenge. The other challenge is emotional and religious conflicts. Personally, as I was a student, as a Catholic, there are certain things we were not expected to do. For instance, condom use, use of reproductive health, other family planning mechanism. So you find it difficult to balance between your religious affiliation, balance between being a student and enjoy your, so it becomes a challenge, because at the end of the day, you are faced with the scenarios in the institution, and yet you want to fit there. Another challenge could be conflicting cultural norms. In the African context, we don't talk about sex. So it's going to be difficult for our young students to come and start telling someone about their sexuality and the issues they are going through. So the challenge still continue being there, because the way we have brought up our society and also our cultural backgrounds. So I think those are some of the challenges that continue cropping up in reproductive sexual health. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Annabella. You talked about the spiritual conflict and what is running fresh in our mind is the recent story of Christians that have been beaten like goats. And majority of these were young people. And many of us appreciate that today, as a country, we really need to refocus and redefine God. So as religion is failing us, the alternative for which the youth can turn to is also very shaky. So we need to strengthen the gaps and amplify them for visibility so that they can be addressed. Very interesting response from there. I know these are not all the challenges. I would implore the audience to continue reflecting on some of these challenges, more especially for the students who are living the experiences. So we would want to hear from your lived experiences, not only today, but also in other forums where we relate and associate with you. I am sure on our Friday experiences, if the resources will allow, once in a while, which is the end of month, we will have Thank God It's a Friday experience where we meet and share and talk about things at the youth. And I hope popcorns are not a lot of money. Now that the university secretary is here, if we'll come with a small budget of popcorns and sugar for Thank God It's Friday, we are the young people who want to talk about our health. He is going to provide the popcorns. I hope it's not the popcorns that have scared him to start moving. So that leads me to the next question. And the next question goes to Dr. Nachijoba, who is very, very passionate about the youth. And I would want to bring this question to you, that Uganda has made great strides in the fight against HIV/AIDS, and we have witnessed a reduction in the prevalence rates. Then briefly tell us what contributions can be made by higher education institutions to scale up care and prevention efforts, drawing your experiences from your motherland, Uganda, and Ndejje University, your alma mater. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prim. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to start talking about that question by us reminding ourselves, what is HIV? HIV is a virus that causes AIDS. And we all know how it is transmitted. It is transmitted through semen, vaginal fluids, through breast milk, and all that. And then we say, what is AIDS? AIDS is a disease, of course, that is caused by HIV because, as we are aware, it comes at a later stage when one gets to be HIV positive. Of course, it starts with HIV, okay? And when you get the disease, it means that your immune system has been weakened and you are susceptible to diseases, you are susceptible to sexually transmitted diseases, including cancers. And now, when Dr. Prim talks about the prevalence, what is HIV prevalence? That only means the proportion of the number of people that acquires HIV in a given period of time. For Uganda, the prevalence has been said to be at 6.2%. That is as per the statistics by Ministry of Health. And that is about 1.2 million people in the country. I want to go straight now to the question, what can universities do to ensure, you know, there is prevention, there is care and support? Number one, I'm of the view that we actually integrate sexual and reproductive health in our curriculum. Currently, as Ndejje University, what we have is HIV/AIDS. And this is compulsory for all first years. Of course, we bring in sexual and reproductive health issues, but a little bit of that. So now we have to be more comprehensive in the way we cover that. Two, we have to emphasize peer-to-peer support because you young people know better the issues, the sexual and reproductive health issues, and you can share and support one another. Three, I think as Ndejje University also, we need to have a policy on sexual and reproductive health, including issues of HIV, because we can draw from the national level where we have the HIV/AIDS policy, and we can now come and contextualize here in the university. We can also have research. We should do research. As lecturers, as students, we can conduct research on sexual and reproductive health issues and also be able to publish. I want to stop here for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rose, my namesake. I think HIV prevalence in higher institutions is something that should every stakeholder pay attention to, because as we watched in the skit, everybody is rushing to these young people, both men and women, who seem to have it all in one piece. At the time they come to the university, they are ripe, they are beautiful, they are handsome, the shapes of their body are coming in place, so they don't have excess chest, they don't have excess legs, they are just what every man of some appetite is looking forward to. And for the young men, it is a time when their human needs as new men who aspire to live lives of men when they are actually boys are exposed to the dangers of people like women who have failed in marriage, failed with their relationships, and yet they have been gifted resource-wise. So they come to these young people to quench themselves with all the inequalities that these kids come with in society. That brings me to Mr. Kajo, and this is really something that I didn't think you would answer, but I am very confident that you would find it very interesting to reflect on it. The partnerships in institutions are very key in ensuring that some of these contemporary development challenges are addressed. Ndejje University is one of those universities with a strong unit of partnership. My question to you then is, do you find Ndejje University a place where partnerships can play a role in addressing sexual reproductive health issues? Thank you.
Thank you very much, the moderator. She started with a disclaimer. She doesn't know whether I will answer. Now, I don't know whether I will answer, but I've started answering. About whether partnerships have a role in providing sexual reproductive education. I think even the fact that we are here is a testimony, because it's not only Ndejje here, we have many partners if you look at the logos. And to be sanctic, it is true that you can't do everything. And as a university, in the wisdom of the vision bearers, we have a strategic plan. And one of the pillars, pillar 8, is about collaborations and partnerships, which is already a testimony to show that the university recognizes that we need to forge strategic partnerships with organizations, like-minded organizations, organizations like what the canon said here, who can pass the litmus test, organizations that are complementary to the things that we are doing, to give our, I will call them children, those people that have been entrusted to us. At a time like this, there are so many universities, like the VC was saying, but it is in Ndejje that the student is. And I believe that is a reason, a divine reason, that for this time such as this, you are going to be in this institution. So we, as a university, with our mandate of teaching, we still fall back to our missionary role of teach the head, teach the heart, and teach the hands. We cannot run away from that responsibility, and more so that we have forces that are against what we perceive as a good development for the future of our children. And I'm not one of physics, but I think they say that for every force, there is an opposite force. Now, if the world is putting an opposite force, we as a university must also put, we must not leave a vacuum, but we must put in a force to counteract that force. We can sympathize with our young people. They have grown up, they don't understand many things, their bodies are telling them this and that. And it is compounded by media, some media, the dances, they are being the role models, dance naked. And this is a man looking at nakedness of a woman. What do you expect them to do? Even if they control themselves, they are human beings. And now they are going to have ideas. And the same thing with the other, the girls. So our role here is to help the students get their future. You see, their lives and their future. And they are, as in university, they are in 4 years at most. 4 years. And they are going to go away. So we get the partnerships. We, within ourselves, the structures, to help these people prepare for a life after they leave so that they have a future. And maybe as for now, I just want to say that our principle our principles are enshrined in an old book, timeless book called the Bible, and in somewhere it talks about your body being the temple of God. Keep yourself pure. The VC has told us that you cannot die from not having sex. And I know it was the chief guest. But even before that, they were told that whether you do it at 20, whether it's at 30, whether at 40, it is what? The same. And there is a time for everything. The Bible and the Reverend told us that the fear of knowledge, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom. We should not dance ourselves lame before the main dance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kajo. That was deliberate to inform our partners that we cannot do it alone. Reproductive health is one of those areas which require interdisciplinary, intersectoral, or multisectoral approach. We may have, for instance, what it takes to do the teaching, but we may lack the abilities as the university to bring the students together and share this. So on that note, allow me to appreciate all the partners that have come through and inform you that as a university, we have an office that Mr. Kajo manages and manages very well. If you have anything that you would want to share with us, he's ever present. He doesn't dodge his job, so he's ever in office. Please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you, Mr. Kajo. We all know that reproductive health is a gender issue which represents the constructs of gender in our societies. Many things that the youth experience are constructs that the society they grow up in hold as the truth, yet they are stereotypes that are created. This is why so many young boys, they never feel men until they have sex. And so many young girls are deceived that to be a beautiful girl, you must have a full supply of a man's semen into your body so that you can lighten up your skin. Those are some of the stereotypes that are constructed in gender and make our girls vulnerable as they want to fit in the constructs of these ideas that their peers share with them. This means that there are so many challenges in sexual and reproductive health that young people face that are gendered. May I ask then Madame Gladys Mwebaza, Mrs., to suggest to us possible ways in which we can address some of these gender constructs. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prim. Yes, as she has mentioned, there are a number of challenges, especially as she has said, on gender, there is gender inequality, and also there is the fact that women and girls, they are left out as they are trying to access some of these services. And so one of them is about gender mainstreaming, trying to make sure that as we are trying to reach out in all these other resources, there is gender mainstreaming, that even the women and the girls are able to access some of these, all these services, especially now that we are talking about sexual reproductive health. And also we've talked of issues whereby women and still girls are left out as they are getting the services. I think this can go out to the fathers, the gentlemen here,
we need to learn at least to be gender sensitive, being able to see that we are including everyone in accessing these services. Most times the fathers will leave out the girls, that these ones do not need their services. Let's say HIV AIDS and testing. You will find a girl is pregnant, is expecting, but the father will go ahead and not allow this girl to access the services. So I think the gentlemen, the youth here can really try to, we need to try to become gender sensitive. And lastly, also the men having that ego going out of them and thinking, I cannot go to a woman to get to get HIV testing, because remember sometimes you go to a counselor in this room and there are women or even young girls, and the person will say, no, me, I cannot go to a woman to get tested or to even get counseling in case I've been found with the disease. So I think those are some of the things that need to be done in order to bridge the gap that exists.
Thank you so much, Madam Gladys. As an Ndejje University, we make a self-reflection to ask ourselves, how policed are we when it comes to issues of gender? When we talk about gender mainstreaming, do we have a gender policy as Ndejje University? Because you cannot talk about reproductive health without a policy to fit it in. Many universities in higher learning institutions are creating these policies like sexual reproductive policy, with sexuality policy, gender mainstreaming policy, and all these are gone towards making sure that the environments in which these young people live and study from within the universities are safe and secure for them. So the universities must become more responsive to these kind of challenges and find mechanisms of how to commit themselves through policy to address them. I also ask myself this question: is reproductive health an issue for people with disabilities? You can imagine why I'm asking myself, because we are following a line and I couldn't miss to answer this particular question. It is our canonical duty as society to protect people living with disabilities, whether in society or in the universities, in churches, wherever they can be found. Just as we are, those of us who look at ourselves as normal human beings, the people living with disabilities share the same challenges with just like all of us. But they carry extra burden that they are disabled in one way or another. They fall short of sight, and therefore they cannot tell whether this love claimed is true or not. They are not hearing well, so they are following your face. Even when you are saying, I hate you, when your body language speaks love, she will take love. Even when she is not able to move fast because she has mobility challenges, then she has to be safe from defilement and rape and any kind of sexual exploitation that comes from the realities of individuals who come in the pretext of supporting them to manage with their disabilities. So I would stop there by making this call to everybody that whenever you find anybody disabled, take it upon yourself as your first responsibility to secure them. Thank you. Now, Mr. Gill, President, you are on this. You have someone has an addition to people with disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prim. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to ask you, who are persons with disabilities? Sometimes we have categories of people with disability that we don't believe they are persons with disability. Number one, I want to emphasize that we don't say disabled people, we say persons, because we want to first see the person in them before we say they are disabled. Now, who are they? We have the albinos. Okay, we have the people with this short stature, Sometimes we call them the dwarf. Imagine a dwarf person has come to access sexual and reproductive health services, and the bed is this high. Is she able to climb the bed? No. So we have to have specialized beds. The chairs the same, because their buttocks are down here, and you cannot lift her to put her on the chair, because that is stigmatizing for them. We have those who are visually impaired. We have those with intellectual impairment. We have those who have hearing impairment. And I want to say there are those with the multiple disabilities. One can have both the visual impairment and the hearing impairment and all that. So please be cognizant of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I know that is one of your areas, and with all passion, and in future we are going to draw more attention to that. Now that we are all here for the youth and young people who have been represented in the person of the Guild President, I want to bring this question to you. Do you find this project beneficial to the student community to which you are the leader? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Primrose. First of all, I will thank God for the opportunity that I have a chance to reason before the doctors at such a young age, being involved in different coordinating. But I've been on different platforms. Currently, I attended a dialogue against stigma with people living with HIV. And I think this is giving us a more opportunity. I really don't know why UNESCO didn't give us the chance as the first university to be given this program, but maybe they were waiting for me to be among this panel. But for a matter of fact, we are very glad. We are very ready to embrace this program. And as students and student leaders, we are pledging to work hand in hand, because we expect that it is going to cover very many problems that youths have been facing. For example, we've had youths having a problem of not having themselves tested, that at least UNESCO has brought it to us, and before the students, that this is the chance where you're going to have privately checking, and you know your status, which could be the first step or for a youth to know how his life is standing, how to protect himself. And for the matter of those living with, it is, I think this is the time that we are going to have a better environment for them to have at least fair treatment for this program, from this program. So we expectant, most especially from the training that we are going to have for the peer counselors and the student leaders. Thank you very much for this program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Guild President. The weather, the climate change is another factor for reproductive health. When it comes to issues of gender, everything can be gendered. It is this kind of weather that transmits a lot of HIV/AIDS, because when it rains and everything is cold, even the young people, because they are human beings, they feel the cold. So some people come to them to provide some warmth and leave them with. Thank you very much. May I then invite 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 questions from the audience to the lucky panelists. And please, you, dear students, have the first priority, but it doesn't mean that the staff this side cannot make a contribution, more especially to their interests. If you want to put up a hand, let it be a real hand. Like the lady in pink, please come. Who else? Any other hand somewhere? The staff this side, Mr. Chitio, don't we have elements of agriculture and sexual reproductive health? Thank you.
Yes, Good afternoon to everyone. Rachel Ampire is my name, pursuing bachelor's in civil engineering, year 4. I have like 2-3 questions to ask. 1, quoting the Vice Chancellor's statement, you don't miss anything, whether you do it at 20 or 30 or 50, you don't miss anything, but is there any right time to do it? And if it's there, when is it? Then, secondly, most of the youth are being misled by getting information from maybe the peers and the media. So, is there any website like as UNESCO where you can get this information and maybe the verified and the sorted information that we believe in is right? Then, third, quoting Miss Gladys's statement that most youth, especially maybe men, find it very difficult to go and consult a counselor who is a lady simply because they feel how can they begin. Whereas we are aiming at the girl child, we also see that even the boy child needs more to cope up with the life of this girl child system. We should also maybe have a system for them to teach them how to come up with this modernization of girl child education and empowerment. Lastly,
I beg,
Last
thank
question.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Can we have another person? Abraham, please.
Thank you very much, our people on the panel. My name is Mageza Logias, and serving as the Finance Minister for Ndejje University. And my question is, because I truly believe that according to our agenda, is here mainly to solve a number of issues related to sex, oppression, such things. And as we see in such institutions of learning, the majority of people who are always oppressed are female or the ladies. A case in point, the skit that was acted there, where we saw some girl being given retakes by some of the lecturers, and this is a person who is in two situations, whether to give in and get the marks, or to be like, okay, let me take the retake, we shall see what will happen. So how do you advise such people to overcome or to go through such scenarios? Because these are some of the issues that are seriously affecting such institutions of learning, where people are taking it as opportunities. These lecturers are being opportunists of such scenarios.
Any other?
We don't have a question this side. Or comment? A kind one? I'm glad the Faculty of Agriculture is coming through with a question.
Thank you very much, the panel and the sponsors of this event. I am humbled to be part of this event. I noticed that from the science perspective, there are a lot of challenges that the female gender normally faces. And I don't know if it is true that in many cases the boys are sharper than boys. I don't know, but it is very common. I noticed that most of the challenges that the students face from the scientific side or from the science perspective is looking for support. But then, for example, if the lecturers and the male gender is to really be supportive to the female gender in terms of how they relate, I noticed that today, from the science section, we don't have many people attending this event. So what's the plan that the female gender that is affected by the fact that it is less equipped in the way they handle things is supported if the staff and players from the science are not part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chitio. I'm going to let the microphone move, and the panelists should feel free to respond to the question that they feel they are best placed to respond to.
Maybe I can respond to the gentleman who asked about, his issue was how the lecturers are taking advantage of the girls or the ladies for marks. And that is why the sexual reproductive health services are here, especially like today. And starting with today, I believe we are all here, we are a team. They are peer educators. Please always come and talk to us in case of such challenges. We are here to help you in all these challenges, and in case of anything, such issues can be taken even further, and maybe some action can be taken on the person who is doing that kind of act. And maybe Madam can also add on that. Madam Isabella.
Okay, thank you very much. Just to add on what Madam Gladys said, I think on the issue of sex for marks, I think students need to report these cases. Much as they are your lecturers, you fear them, they are human beings. If you let the administration know what you're going through, action will be taken. We are recommending, I think in future maybe, I don't know whether Dr. Primrose accepts, we had suggested to have champion lecturers who can be easily approached by the students. If you know any lecturer whom you can approach in your faculty or in any other faculty, walk to them, tell them I'm experiencing this, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you solve this problem. If you're sexually harassed by a lecturer, please don't die silently. Come up, inform the administration, and it will be handled. Thank you.
How about if the student sexually harasses the lecturer?
That is a question for the student. How about if the student sexually harasses the lecturer? Also, the lecturer should report.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Madam Moderator, I don't know, can I go next? Yeah, thank you very much. There was a question, two questions which I want to respond to that were posed by civil engineer. The very first one was she, Rachel? That people seem reluctant, men, to be counseled by women. Yeah, I think that is natural, but in the field of counseling, you don't force somebody to counsel you. You normally go for counseling when you need counseling. And you're a human being, you assess. You may say, this one, would they understand me? Then, but the good thing that they are several. You can choose, like from the panel here, you say, that one will not help me. This one may help me. So there should be choice. And I think as a university, we need to provide that choice so that people are able to be free and be able to be helped, because counseling is a helping profession. Then you ask a question, is there a right time for sex? Yes, there is. Yeah, it says we are told you can't die from not having it, and when you have it, it's the same whatever age, and the right time is when you are married. When you are married, it's the right time. You can have it as a snack, you can have it as a main course, so any time it is okay. So you should not fear that you will not have the right time for sex. The reason why people tell you to hold on, I think as a scientist you know. You don't really, I don't know how you feel if you are just being experimented on, a guinea pig, a specimen, you are used and lived. Then somebody is just having some good time and you are just the object of good time. I think much as you may also have needs, it does not give you self-satisfaction to know that you are used. And remember, this program even talks about our future. We are here for a season, you are moving. can we do things that help us to live our lives and have a good future? So there is a right time for sex, and that's when you are married. If you are at university and you want to have sex, maybe why don't you go to the why don't you get married? You don't have it.
Just to add on what Mr. Kajo is saying, some of us go cohabiting and then you call that marriage. You have finished university and the two of you maybe have left university together. You find a room somewhere you are renting. That is cohabiting. That's not marriage. Anything can happen to you. So many disadvantages come with that. Okay, so proper marriage in church, wed in church, and let the parents know. Traditional marriage, yes, yeah. Okay, so when is it right to do it? For the ladies here, I want to say men will always be there. There is nothing to hurry for. Okay? So finish your studies. You can even first find a job. I mean, life can be better. Good things ahead, not now. There's nothing to hurry for. Thank you.
I want to correct something. It is not scientific that men are more bright than women. It's more of environmental training and exposure. So it's that makes a whole difference, that you find that more men are in different activities because they are more exposed, they are more trained, and environmentally favored. So it's not true. How do you reach out to the ladies who may not be here? I think one of the things this brings in is a peer-to-peer empowerment of the different gender categories. So peer-to-peer will be one of the way to reach out to those who are not reached. Thank you.
So allow me to thank the panel for a job well done. Thank you very much. Those were enriching thoughts. I have been following myself and following the occasion on Twitter. There's very interesting quotations made from each and every one of us who has spoken today. These are lifetime statements. You can go and check out on them. To give you those reminders, you can actually retweet them. You can pick the message and take them to your Facebook. They'll always be good reminders to you. Thank you so much, my dear colleagues, and thank you, the audience, for patience. A time has come for us to go for lunch.
Hey,
yes, but before lunch, allow me to ask the MC to give us the appetizer for lunch. And please, patiently, let's watch these people as they dance away. And as I'm mentioning that you should be coming already, you dance away the day as the panelists find it comfortable to stand up with their seats and find their peaceful places of comfort to watch.
Oh, dance.
Or you want to watch from here as VIPs. They are dancing from down. Yes.
Thank you very
so
much. I think these people deserve half a clap or a full one. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening in. I hope you have taken something. We can agree and disagree. Yes. Yeah, the panelists are still coming on. And there's a question. Which one?
Yeah, thank you so much to the panelists. We've got our panelists one nange. Now, there's something they asked about where do we get information from. We have very many sources that young people can get information. But also we understand that Facebook and social media has given us all types of sources. School is one of them. Places like this, what O3PLUS is bringing on board is to provide information around sexual reproductive health and rights. But also, as Reach a Hand, we have where you can get information from. One, we have O3PLUS app. If you go on your Play Store and download the O3PLUS application, you'll be able to get all the information around sexual reproductive health and rights. And also we have so many stories that are talking about guiding you as a young person, because the questions you've been asking is that if I'm sexually harassed by the lecturer, what should I do? We have all those scenarios. Even to the lecturers, if you're harassed by the students, what can I do? We have all those scenarios that are onto O3PLUS app. Issues to deal with your mental health, drug abuse, how to deal with your fellow peers. We have all that information on the O3PLUS app. But also we not only stop on that, we're having a O3PLUS TV that runs 24 hours. And also some of these discussions are going to be played over and over the time so that you can be able to get more information on reproductive health and also your lifestyle as well. So, and we encourage students as well. One of the things we're going to do under the O3PLUS project is to encourage you as well to be contributors to the app. We also have games that are sexual reproductive health games that are guiding us on the decisions we make, that are guiding us on the issues that we might be having and how to deal with them, and also our life. So all of them, you can find them on the O3PLUS app. So I urge you, all of you with smartphones, we are both on Android and also Apple Store. Download the O3PLUS app, keep up with us, and also keep locked on O3PLUS TV. Thank you so much. Over to you, Prince.
Thank you so much. Obuganova, CEO of Richer Hand Uganda, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very quick to the point. So we'll have the cultural group execute their craft, and then we take it on from there. However, thank you so much. And for those who are putting on their masks, thank you so much. Take it on, my brothers.
Good afternoon, guys. I welcome you all in the loving name of Jesus Christ, and I thank you for attending this occasion. We are the Baganda and Nkobazambogo Students Association of Ndejje University, and we are going to give you an amazing piece of the Kiganda traditional dance. So sit back and relax, and again enjoy what we are going to present to you. And if you get entertained, you can stand up and shake, and cheer up these dancers. Thank you so much.
Mutudde bulungi abagenyi abaagalwa abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabaweera mutudde bulungi abagenyi abaagalwa mutudde bulungi tunabaweera mutudde bulungi abagenyi abaagalwa abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabaweera bulungi abagenyi abaagalwa abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabaweera mwebale kukumba ngalo ngalo abakyala n'abaami mutudde bulungi tunabaweera mutudde bulungi abagenyi abaagalwa abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabaweera munkubire engalo abakyala n'abaami tunabaweera mutudde bulungi abagenyi abaagalwa abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabaweera mwebale kukuuma ddembe abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabaweera Radde baba, radde omugenya chala waladde, radde baba, radde walala wajala na wami, radde omugenya chala waladde, radde omugenya chala waladde, radde omugenya chala waladde. Radde omugenya chala waladde, radde omugenya chala waladde. Radde omugenya chala waladde, radde omugenya chala waladde, radde ini ndabira wabachala n'abami, radde omugenya ngalongala abachala n'abami, radde omugenya chala waladde. Radde omugenya chala waladde, radde omugenya chala waladde, radde omugenya chala waladde. Peregera namunene, peregera masotal, peregera namunene, peregera masotal.
Thank you so much, Nkobazachi. Thank you so much, and of course, amazing, amazing, amazing talent right there, yeah? Every university we've gone to, literally, there is that association called Nkobazachi. I do not know what other people have to present. If you come from other regions, make sure at least before the end of the day, you're able to show us something from your region, yeah? But I do not know if we could all stand in prayer so that God listens to our cries. We would love to hold this rain for like more time. Is it okay? So as we go for our lunch, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to guide us on also where we can still continue to get more information in regards to what we're doing here. Allow me to take this opportunity and invite a representative from PSI who will come and share how best you can still, get some of the answers and responses to these questions that we've been asking on the Share 101. Right there, PSI. Catwalk. Catwalk. Yes, you are most welcome. Discover your power. Now, whatever she's going to share concerns you, the lady, but the men need to also be part 100%.
Hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I know you're very hungry, but kindly just give me 5 minutes to go through this. In the tent where I'm seated, everyone is complaining of hunger, so I don't know whether they will be able to listen to me.
Yeah, they will.
Okay.
We are fasting today.
I'm Etho, and I work with PSI, and our main aim is to make sure every one of you is able to do self-care. So that is why we have a project called Discover Your Power. The power lies in your hands. I know probably our traditions are phasing away. Maybe the parents are no longer that helpful, but you can be your own caretaker by looking for information in the right places. So we have what we call Digital Companion. That's why I've been giving out these flyers. And they have some 2 numbers down there. Yes, our sponsor for these contacts is Self-Inject Contraceptive. But even if you have any other questions around family planning, around sexual reproductive health, you can always reach us here and we are able to help. So do not die alone, like I always say. And you have one life, you should live it right. Please contact us and we'll be able to support you. It's a WhatsApp-only line, yeah. If you are to focus on the number that is up, that's 0707 261544. There is a lot of virtual information there. But if you have an emergency and you need to speak to a human during working days, there is 0707 261 558 down there. Kindly reach out to us and we'll be able to support. Thank you so much for listening to me. I won't go through other things because I know you're very hungry, right? Okay, thanks.
So much. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our representative from PSI. Thank you. You are so hungry, is it? Are you? Oh, wow. I don't even know where to start from. Should we start and just continue? Should we just continue or we first break off for lunch? Eh? We break for lunch, eh? All of you, when it comes to lunchtime, you're so. I think let's have this gentleman right here. I met him yesterday on the street, and he told me one thing, that my brother, you have an event at Ndejje main campus. Kindly do me one favor. Let me come through because I'm looking for a future. I'm looking for a ground where I can support my young fellows, my kids. Ladies and gentlemen, he is one who is disabled, but he is one who understands that his disability can never limit him. So it is upon us to, whenever we see persons like this, we support them. Are you ready? Is he ready? Wanje. Are we good? Yeah. Okay, so I've been liably informed that our lunch is at the cafeteria. So for those who are going to have lunch, our lunch is at the cafeteria. But put your hands together, welcome with me this young man called Nicholas.
Nange jendya kuma takumira mpera chusi jalya lunga.
Okay, remember, as we also get our lunch, just check on to www.O3PLUS.org. Check out that website so that you're able to know exactly what happens in there. As we welcome Nicholas.
Leka temumutulugunya tukabane kukana akatono oyo gwotulugunyoto ate ne bukyangu musanze sayizi nene bino bintu byansi kusaba busabibwa birabira olwaki olimba songa eriyo namusaba n'atabimuwana yasigala mumanyi muntu we kwataako golina omenyereko oyo atalina tomanya gwoyambye leero yali kumira omwana w'ensinga emugoya tolina mukama kyewamuwa so naye kyeyamuguma okibulwa otula wamu n'ofuna ensimbi yatuyana n'agula ekikumi yamba oyo muntu munnowo muyambe omenyere kukolyako olina kyayagala muleko oyo muntu munnowo muyambe omenyere kukolyako olina kyayagala muleko tabanga kitaffe omukati amawanga gatuyawulira ki era buli muntu afa n'asigaza kawanga n'amagumba kati weeyise bulungi empeera y'omuggulu nnene ebino byogenda okola byebigiwa omuzizi buli lukyala waliwo buno obuto obuba ku nguudo buba tebukyagadde mama ne taata nga bafa kusigadde kufumafumiya kakwatire kyoliramu tokaleka kugenda okufa tekuba na garanti biri munzika naawe ogenze yamba oyo muntu munnowo muyambe omenyere kukolyako olina kyayagala muleko oyo muntu munnowo muyambe omenyere kukolyako olina kyayagala muleko. Omutima omusaasizi gwabula ku byensofuuka ngo akanda kalaasobola oli ku mutwe maamo nulalaba bwofaanana katonda bakufuuka nsolo ogeze buli weetagisa naye oli kupaana kawere n'oyo onyiriza kyagamba mutwe oli muki kizikiza bw'olaba naye wobitudde wadulira banno obunaku ufumule gwe weegalise mukama guno talina nkonyuma newe wuti kwabeera tosekerera yeewalula ng'olina kyayagala okimuwe katonda kwalirabira endiga ebibesaana mu
Thank you so much. PSI. Yamba. Muyambe. AGS, thank you so much for the production. Gabzi, yamba. Thank you so much. Hey. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. As he performs his last song, I will have 1 minute with him. Thank you so much. He is called Nicholas. We met on a road drive yesterday on the streets, and he told me Muganda wange, but then Sawa Kujako for like 2 minutes, and I showcase what I can do. Performing his last song from Pastor
Nenzunga Yeje Mama Joli
Hallelujah
Tata Jali Nange jendya kuma Takumira mpera Chusi jali alunga Takumira mpera Bwe bali kubuuza Wayita wa sitani Ngoba gamba
Everybody Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga
Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Imba wawo Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Hallelujah Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Hallelujah Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Imba wawo Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Hallelujah Mukama nasumulula mwali mwelozaloza sirimba mwali mwantama nenzungano wana nentwala n'enseno yonna amasimu nekubanga temukwata awo nensigaza katonda wange Mukama awonyeza mukwere Musaba tamusaba na sente Abaluga balekera bibuuzi Tiyayitawa asala zokka Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Imba wawo Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Katonda
Hallelujah
Katonda bakwata mweye ensonga Abalabero bangesowera Nambye Katonda bakwata kwere ebbanja lyo aligoba ngesowera Wammalete mandezo mumaso ge Akalotogo mukolete bikulemye Katonda Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Stepmother mugambe Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Nex mugambe Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga Andirodi yangoba wetonda Andirodi yangoba wetonga Hallelujah
Hey, ho, ho Yabadde mwene ensonga Katonda yabadde mwene ensonga
Respect Mukisa Jeff, King Peace and Preacher man Mama Joli Tata Jali Nange jendya kuma Takumira mpera Chusi jali alunga Takumira mpera
Thank you so much to everyone watching online. This is Nicholas. Nicholas, thank you so much. And we wish you the very best. Simani, yeah. Me as the promoter, yes. That's quite a lot of money, man. Yeah, Wanji, thank you so much. You can take your, thank you, Nicholas. Yeah. This is why there's Kampala. Yeah. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. As we go on, we are just getting started. Everybody watching from home, at school, on a flight, in South Africa, all over Africa, and the world beyond. We are live from Ndejje Main Campus University. And of course, Kampala Campus and of course, Luero Campus are all together just to make sure we get to launch this activity right here today. Now, remember that if you are at home and you still want to be part of this show, and of course, you are watching, and of course, feel free to share with us your comment, your opinion, and whatever you think about that you are loving the show. Just go on the comment section and tell us that Haman is doing a good work. But of course, with all partners, UNESCO, Richer Hand Uganda, PSI, we're here, Sauti TV, we are live, and I'm looking good because of ATS today. The lighting, these guys make me look so handsome, and yet when you find me in person, I look more handsome, yeah? But thank you so much. It's going to be a good afternoon. Happy lunch. I can't wait to see you. We have so many, praise and worship musicians who are coming later on. You guys need to stay on board. My name is Prince Abraham, and we are Richer Hand Uganda. We're just getting started, baby. So I said baby, and someone said, eh? Guys, when I said baby,
what ignites your passion? What fuels your ambition? What drives you to succeed? Whatever the reason is, you need a companion with you to tell you that your dreams are valid, to fuel your passion and inspire you to learn every single day. Introducing the new age Sauti Plus TV, a fresh, easily accessible, and content-packed platform for young people. A companion like no other to give you accurate and reliable information and guide you in making the right choices and take the right direction. A companion to open you to a Pan-African cinematic experience to help make sense of the world around you. A mobile companion that goes easy on your wallet and sticks with you all the way. Sauti Plus TV, your #1 source for shows that matter, anywhere, anytime. Download the Sauti Plus app on the App Store and Google Play Store, or head to www.sautiplus.org.
Were you made for film? Are you passionate about telling authentic African stories? The Icon Awards Film and Television are here to educate, connect, and celebrate Ugandan and other outstanding filmmakers across the African continent. Nominate yourself or a filmmaker you know by simply logging on to www.theicon.org or download the nomination form and submit the USB copy of your film or TV series at any one of our drop-off outlets. Uganda National Theatre, De Winton Road, Kampala. ATS Events Bugolobi, Sauti Plus Media Hub, Kansanga, Chitaranga. The Icon Awards Film and Television are brought to you by Sauti Plus Media Hub in partnership with UNESCO, Global Livingston Institute, Incredible Media, ATS Events, Uganda Waraji, Goti Zentrum Kampala, Kampala Serena Hotel, Cinema UG, and Reach a Hand Uganda.